Ohai. The Kingdom of Eswatini, the state in South Africa. In the south, the southeast, the west and the north borders on the Republic of South Africa. Border length -438 km. In the east on Mozambique. 108 km. Total length of border -535 km. The total area of the country -km. The area of Sushi -17204 km. The country lies on the Veld Plateau, which ledges decreases from the west on the east. The highest point Mount Mlembe, 1862 m. In Eswatini there are several flat plains. The main rivers Maputo, Great Usuda, Komati, Umbaluzi. Main natural resources: coal, wood, hydroenergy potential. The woods is small gold deposits, diamonds. About 11% of the territory occupy arable lands, meadows and pastures -62%. Is board the dualistic monarchy. On national flag 3 horizontal strips are located. Top and lower blue collar, average by 3 times wider red. The red strip from above and from below has an orange border. In the center of a red strip, the big black and white board, 2 spears and a staff decorated with brushes from feathers are horizontally located. A big variety of natural landscapes, from mountain territories along border with Mozambique to savannas in the east and the damp woods in the northwest, is presented to Eswatini. On the territory of the country, several rivers, including the largest Eswatini River, the Lusitfu River, flow. The official capital of the country, Mban. 94874 persons in 2010. The historical capital and a residence of the Queen Mother and Parliament, Lobamba. The largest city and economic capital, Manzini. 78000 people in 2008. To free-stage relief of the country there correspond 3 main climatic zones. Moderately warm climate of mountain type is replaced below subtropical and at last tropical in the lower Velda. Osakov drops out in the summer in a moderate zone more. Average temperature of July +12 C, February +23 C. Rainfall from 500-700 mm a year in the east up to 1200-1400 mm in the west. Eswatini's vegetation is presented by the typical savanna in the west. Thickets of Carafitni bushes are widespread in the east. Flora differs in wealth. About 2400 types, from lichens and ferns to magnolias and ficuses, are known. Sumaloes -25 types, 12 types of orchids, 10 lilies. From large mammals, blue buffalo s, Vintorigi antelopes, zebras, hippopotamuses meet. Crocodiles are found in the rivers. Ancestors of the people came to the south of Africa to the Middle Ages, from the central part of the continent. At first they located on the coast of the Indian Ocean, however in the 18th century were pushed aside by other tribes on the north, on present Eswatini's territory. At the beginning of the 19th century waged bloody wars against the Zulu and other neighboring tribes, making attacks on lands In 1836 the leader Sobukza, who is nowadays called by the king. Won a decisive victory over the Zulu. I introduced the centralized system of the power, having subordinated other leaders, and actually I created the state take. The following pin date Matsadi at the end of the 1830th years I attached new lands in the north of the country and I created the state which territory more than twice exceeded modern Eswatini's area. Drills came from the middle of the 19th century to Swaziland. They bought up at leaders take the large land plots. On February 21, 1895 Swaziland was announced by Protectorate of Transvaal, after the Second Anglo-Boer War which passed under Protectorate. Actually in colonial management. Great Britain. On April 15, 1926 his status was brought closer to the status of Crown Colony. In 1964 in Swaziland the first elections of local parliament took place. The majority of deputy places was received by the party created by the King Sobukwe of II of the time and carrying the name National Movement Imbokado. On April 25, 1967 to Protectorate it was granted autonomy, and on September 6, 1968 it gained full independence. In parliamentary elections on May 16, 17, 1972 of 78% of voices and 15 of 30 places I received monarchic the National Movement Imbokado, about 20% of voices. And 3 seats in parliament. The left-wing party received the Congress of National Release and Havana, and as a result the king cancelled operation of the constitution, dismissed parliament and outlawed activity of all political parties, labor unions and public organizations. In April 2011 in the country there took place Massachusetts meetings of opposition with requirements of renunciation of the King Masati III. The opposition accuses the monarch of plunder of the state treasury for the sake of providing magnificent life for itself and 15 wives. On April 12 police, having applied special means, I dispersed a meeting in the capital of Eswatini and I arrested his organizers. On April 19, 2018 the King Masati III declared that the Kingdom of Swaziland renamed itself into the Kingdom of Eswatini, reflecting the existing name take for the state of Eswatini, in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of independence of Swazi. The new name Eswatini, the earth means take in language take and it was partially intended for prevention of confusion with Switzerland. In June-July 2021 over the country a series of protests which participants demanded transformation of absolute monarchy into constitutional against the background of extremely high inequality swept. The head of state, the king, since 1986, Masati III. In hands of the king executive power is concentrated. He has rights to appoint the Prime Minister and the representatives in each of chambers of Parliament. Libandla. The supreme legislative body of the country is the two-chamber parliament consisting of the National Assembly, 65 places, and the Senate, 30 places. The term of activity of Parliament -5 years. Elections to the National Assembly, 2 level. In the second round of 55 deputies are elected electors and 10 are appointed the king. 10 senators are appointed by the National Assembly, 20 the king. The parliament doesn't possess the real legislature and actually is advisory body at the king. Candidates of applicants are proposed by local councils. Elections always succeed to 2 rounds. 3 candidates who received the largest number of votes in the first succeed to the second round. In chamber of a meeting, women have to take not less than 30% of places. The first elections to local legislative assembly. Swaziland was then still the British Protectorate. Took place in 1964. In 1968, independence of the country was declared. In 1977, the parliamentary system is destroyed, political parties are banned. In 1979, indirect parliamentary elections were restored. In 1994, partially direct parliamentary elections were resolved. The activity of political parties still, 2017, is banned. The Chairman of the Senate, 2017, Jelaine Swami's Princess. The Chairman of the National Assembly, 2017, Prince Guduza Dlamini. Eswatini is a dick of the British Commonwealth of Nations, the United Nations. Union. African Union, the Common Market of East and South Africa and the Southern African Development Community. Eswatini is one of the states founders of the South African Customs Union, existing in the world of the oldest customs union created in 1910. Armed forces of the country consist of SIL of Eswatini's Defence and Royal Police of Eswatini. English Royal Swaziland Police. Eswatini's army never participated in the external conflicts and is engaged generally in maintenance of an order within the country and protection of borders. The Supreme Commander is the King Eswatini. Actually, daily management of army is performed by Eswatini's government. Council of Defence is the advisory body advising the King on the questions connected with army. Eswatini is divided into 4 districts. In July 2010, the population of Eswatini was estimated at 1.35 million people, but this assessment can be inexact because of the high level of contamination, a virus of an immunodeficiency. HIV. -26.1% of adult population according to the Union of 2007. The highest level among the countries of the world. As of 2020, the population is estimated at 1.1 million people. Annual increase in population -0.77%. Birth rate -24.5 for 1,000. Fertility level -2. 52 births on the woman. Infantile mortality -42.8 for 1,000. Mortality -10.1 for 1,000. Average life expectancy for 2020, 58.6 years. The main part of the population is Meitei and also a small number of Zulus, Europeans and immigrants from Mozambique. Official languages also take English. Urban population -24.2%. Literacy of the population -88.4%. Assessment of 2015. Age categories. 0-14 years -33. 63%. Men 185,640. Women 185,808. 15, 64 years minus 62.53%. Men 321,094. Women 369,601. 65 years or also more senior minus 3.83%. Men 15833. Women 26503. The main religion in Eswatini, Christianity. 90% of the population. In which various Protestant and local African churches make the majority, including the African Zionists, is also available a significant amount of Catholics. Other religions include Islam, 2%. Baha'i Faith, 0.5%. Hinduism, 15%. And traditional beliefs such as animalism, fetishism, cult of ancestors, forces of nature, etc. As of May 2010, Swaziland is the country with the highest percent of the people infected with the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Every fourth adult resident of the country is the virus carrier. DDD per capita for 2021, face value minus $3,700. The 115th place in the world, the 8th place in Black Africa. It is lower than the level of poverty minus 69% of the population in 2006. Unemployment rate minus 40% in 2006. %75% of labor of the country are engaged in agriculture. 8% of DDD. Grow up a sugar cane, cotton, corn, tobacco, rice, a citrus, pineapples, a sorghum, peanut, and also are engaged in cattle breeding. Cows, goats, sheep. In the industrial sector of economy, 45% of DDD. Production of sugar from reed, coal mining, production of timber, production of concentrates of fruit juice, textile production. Budget deficit minus 16% of DDD. The negative balance of trade balance increased from $153 million 2008 up to $194 million. The rate of inflation minus 7.8%. Unemployment minus 40.6%. Currency reserves of the country are estimated at $920 million. January 2010. The volume of external debt minus $367 million. Export minus $1.83 billion. In 2017. Concentrates of juice, sugar, wood, cotton, citrus, tinned fruit. The main foreign trade partner, the Republic of South Africa. 94% of export and more than 80% of import of the country. Import minus $451 billion. In 2017. Industrial goods, vehicles, food, oil products. The main supplier, the Republic of South Africa. 81.6%. China, 5.2%. The main sector of economy, agriculture, about 8%, in which the most part of able-bodied population is engaged. The main crops, a sugar cane, corn, a cotton, tobacco, rice, a citrus, pineapples. Except production on processing of agricultural products, the mining industry. Coal and asbestos. Production of cellulose are developed. DDD in 1994 was $3.3 billion. DDD per capita $34.90. Monetary unit Lilangini. 1 Lilangini E is equal to 100 cents. Main trade partners: Republic of South Africa, Japan, Belgium, Great Britain, Canada. Total length of the railroads -301 km, highways -3769 km. National airline Eswatini Airlink. Tourist attraction is traditional dance of reed. An annual Massachusetts holiday in Eswatini. The state TV company Swazi TV. Swaziland Television Broadcasting Authority, Swaziland Television Broadcasting Management. Till 1983, SABC. Swaziland Television Broadcasting Corporation, Swaziland Television Broadcasting Corporation. Includes the TV channel of the same name. The state radio company, Radio Swaziland, includes the radio station of the same name. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.